Okay, so you catch me doing a bit of practice in the studio, and this little lesson I'm going to give you today is really just mainly aimed at those who think about the golf swing a bit too much. I think that might be everybody, but it's about simplifying what's important and how to clear your head ready to go and play golf. It's one of those sports which attracts an element of thinking which possibly we don't need. Because the ball is stationary, we can think about as much as we want before we hit it, rather than a reactionary sport like tennis where you've just got to run around and do the best you can. And we want to get more into that mindset. So if you're the sort of person who thinks about golf too much, thinks about their golf swing, and we have lots of lessons come in here and go, well, I don't know if I should be here or here or here or here or here, or I mean, 1,000,001 different questions. And actually, the only bit of the golf swing that we're really interested in is impact. And the way that we get to impact can be many and varied. And you'll see that from the top level of the game, from Scotty Scheffler's upright, no wrist hinge swing, to Matt Fitzpatrick, takes it under plane and then comes over the top, back onto plane and hits the ball great. And there's 1,000,000 different ways to do this, and there's a part of it which has got to be a voyage of self-discovery, but you'll only discover that if you stay focused on what's actually important about this game of golf and getting the ball from A to B, and that is impact. So today, let's just try and get rid of a few nasty thoughts. Let's try and give you some really clear imagery of how a golf swing starts to be built up, and then you can take that to your practice, the course, and have a go. What works for you, what works for your body type and your size and your shape and what's comfortable, because that's the most important thing. So let me just hit another shot in here again. It's about 136, little 9-iron, hopefully just send it up over the hill there onto the green. Okay, so again, no swing thoughts, just target related practice and just trying to get the job done. So if we were to think about the golf swing slightly differently, hopefully it's going to get rid of some of those confusing thoughts for you. Imagine now, if you can, that your golf club was your hand, okay? And we didn't have to play the ball on the ground, which makes things very difficult when you have to tilt over. We played golf standing up, bolt upright. Now, in order to hit this imaginary golf ball here, flat, full in the face and forwards, I would hopefully you'd be the same, we would take this arm around our body, yeah, on the same height as the ball, and we'd come back and we'd hit it hard, okay? Now you can see at no point during that movement there has this club decided to go and do different things. It hasn't changed plane, it hasn't gone up and under, it's just gone back straight and through. Equally, my club face, which in this case is my palm, hasn't changed either. I wouldn't want to have the club face open, if you like, here and face the sky, because now I've got to make a correction on the way back. I've literally taken the club away and brought it back. Very strong imagery. Now, if we do that with the body tilted forward, there's my golf ball, there's my arm, back and through. Now, back and through. And where I can find that most efficient movement, that's where the basis of your golf swing is going to start. And it will be very slightly different depending on which club you're using, because we have to bend over more for certain clubs, and your body type, your body build, all sorts of different factors which are personal to you. But if we now put the club in our hands and use it as an extension of our arm, if you like, here, we can see the same sort of thing. The basis of a golf swing is a circle around which we make as pure a circle as we can, and we don't interfere with the club face. Okay, a lot of you on the way back, you don't know this, doing it subconsciously, will change the club face. That is now open, and will have to be closed on the way down. Another correction that we don't want. So keep this really simple. Imagine you've built a little robot to play golf. You would have a hitting implement, an elastic band here. You would take it back on the spring and then you'd let it go, bang, okay? And that's as simple as we want your golf swing to feel. So as we stand over the golf ball, do this in your next practice. Stand to the golf ball, think about staying nice and still, make that circle, here, and come back. Okay? And just get used to how smooth that can feel when you just, sorry, I had to have a look where it went, when you make things as simple as possible. And when you get to a time when you're not playing well, or you realise that those swing thoughts have infiltrated into your mind, this is a good way to cleanse them all away, get back to basics of putting the object in the way of your stick, okay, making a really good circle, and then coming back to the golf ball. Now, I know there are other things going on. It isn't as simple as that, but the whole point of this is just to give you an imagery and a feeling which is simple. You, for example, biologically cannot stop your wrists hinging on the backswing if you want the club to go any further. That's what has to happen. A lot of these things will be taken care of naturally, and I want you to find your own way through these, these sort of questions that always arise, just so that you can control the point of impact and get your strike consistent, and you'll generally find that you'll start hitting the ball relatively straight. And if you don't, then we will help you in the studio here get back to those really simple and reliable thoughts. Because you don't want golf to be a game where you don't know what's going to happen when you turn up. You want to have a game which is relatively consistent, and wait for the good days to come along when you chip and putt out of this world. Okay, so I hope that helps. Keep it really simple, and take it to the course, and hope you have some good results.